What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and I am stopped on I-15 today. Just crossed over into Nevada from California on I-15. If you know anything about I-15, you know I just passed Whiskey Pete's. That's right, Whiskey Pete's, home of the famous Bonnie and Clyde car. That is where the Bonnie and Clyde my mouth is falling down the stairs this morning. The famous Bonnie and Clyde car, where Bonnie and Clyde got shot up by the FBI or whatever federal agency they were with. Um, there's a famous movie called The Highwaymen about it. Very good movie. Kevin Costner and oh God, what's his name? What is his name? Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. Woody Harrelson. There we go. um, Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner was in that movie, but that's where that their car, the actual Bonnie and Clyde car sits, is at Whiskey Pete's over in Prim, Nevada, I-15 exit 1, right before you get into California. I am actually stopped on the highway right now. There's a huge accident right here on I-15, right around mile marker number 2 or 3. Just saw the helicopter fly in, people getting mid-flighted out. Please be careful on the roads, guys. You know, it involves a tractor trailer. I could see that from where I'm at. You need to give us room out here. I cannot stress that enough. You know, this is our office. This is our home. You just drive on this day after day going back and forth to your house. This is our house. Um, got people standing on the side of the road here trying to look and see what happens. That's dangerous. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the bloodline um, today and what's next for them. You know, they took out Paul Heyman last night in a very, very well done segment. Very well done. The only thing I did not approve of was the fact that the crowd chants and everything else all night long last night, not just at the ending segment. I mean, the last 30 seconds of that show were entirely bleeped out. That's horrible. But anyway, very well done segment. Paul Heyman getting spiked. Well, I knew he was going to get spiked one day. Um, but I did not think he would get completely power bomb through the announce table. I was not expecting that. Um, anyway, where do they go from here? Well, it has been rumored for, I mean, at least suggested for at least 2 or 3 years now. Um, actually, I'll say about 2 years by my friends of the channel, AC and Jeff Edwards, Hollywood Jeff Edwards, and saying that they are going towards Samoan civil war. That is clearly where they're going. Um, yeah, they've been comparing this whole thing to the MCU as of late, and how you had, Endgame was at WrestleMania. I don't think WrestleMania was Endgame. I think WrestleMania was like Age of Ultron, kind of, which very underrated. I liked Age of Ultron, but anyway, um, and then after Age of Ultron, you led into Civil War, and I think that that's what we're leading toward is so you can frame it however you want to. Maybe Endgame was Thanos getting defeated, Big Roman getting defeated, whatever the case may be. Um, God, this is causing quite a backup here. They need to move this mess to the side of the road. I understand med flighting somebody out of here, but Jesus. Um, anyway, Samoan Civil War, and what I added to it. If you go back and listen to the podcast that I did with AC and another friend of ours, Whitehouse, Mr. Whitehouse, I added to it that it was going to build up to war games. It's only fitting that you have Samoan Civil War games. What the fuck are you looking at, dude? You can't go on the shoulder. I hate when people try to do that. There's an accident up ahead, and people are wanting to drive on the shoulder to take a look at it. Everybody getting out of their car to see what's happening. That's very dangerous. Because what if an ambulance were to come up on the side of the road? They need to get by you. You run the risk of getting hit. But anyway, enough ranting about this accident. People are stupid. Um, they're heading toward war games, and I think what you could see on one side, you're going to have Solo, obviously, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu, and maybe Hikaleo coming in. So that's your five. And then you're going to have on the other side Roman Reigns, the Usos. I could see them trying to go after Lance Anoa'i and the fifth member to round it all out, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will probably lose the Intercontinental title. I could see him losing it somewhere, either Money in the Bank or even at SummerSlam. I could see him getting traded to SmackDown. I could see them doing like a post SummerSlam trade deal because they're going to have to make up for the fact that the draft was a complete bust. But I could see them doing some sort of like trade deal or whatever, and the trade deadline is happening. What the hell are you running up the road at, dude? People are so stupid. There's an accident on the side of the road. You could clearly see that there's an accident happening on the side of the road. And we got people running up and down the road, running through the desert, trying to get a look and see what's happening. I think maybe this guy's looking for a place to piss, to be honest with you. But anyway, um, I could see them building up toward that. Now, if you decide to just go 4-on-4, then you don't need Lance, you don't need Hikaleo. But to me, Survivor Series, that War Game should be 5-on-5. Yep, looking for a place to piss. Anyway, the guy's looking at the accident while he's taking a piss on the side of the road. Now we got motorcycles running up on the side of the road. You're not going to get any further, pal. But I could see them. That's where they're going. This is all going to come to a head in November at at Survivor Series at War Games. It's a way for them to again improve the Survivor Series brand, which you've had 2 War Games matches, and the last 2 years, so it's kind of upped it a little bit. They're trying to get Survivor Series to be on the level of a SummerSlam or a Royal Rumble. I could see them expanding the Royal Rumble into 2 different nights in the future, having the men's Rumble one night, the women's Rumble the next. But they would try it. They would definitely try it. The problem is, I don't think the women's Royal Rumble is enough of a draw to draw 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people into a stadium for one night alone. But SummerSlam is definitely like, bookends that season. Starts in the spring with WrestleMania. I can't believe they're doing the Royal Rumble February this year. That's weird to me. Or next year, I should say. But I will say that this is going to be a heck of a ride. When Roman comes back, they are going to pop huge. Roman is going to be the biggest babyface in the company when he comes back. Now, going forward, what I want, people are saying, oh, this is it. Heyman's not going to be seen again until well after SummerSlam. I think maybe you go give it about a couple weeks and we see Heyman in a hospital room. I want to see promos from Heyman in a hospital bed, in a neck brace, crying his eyes out, talking about how he's lost now because he has no tribal chief. Right now, Heyman has nobody. Roman's alone. The Usos don't want to, Roman's off on a sabbatical. The Usos don't want to do, The Usos don't want to have anything really to do with him. Jimmy Uso is injured. So I could see them definitely going to, you know, Heyman in a hospital room crying his eyes out because now he's been excommunicated from the bloodline and he doesn't know where to go. And then we see the return at SummerSlam of Roman Reigns, still without Heyman. And I think maybe the SmackDown after SummerSlam, that's when you hear, oh, they've med flighted the person away. Apparently the helicopter is leaving the accident now, flying straight over the highway. Please don't crash. And they scooped him up on the spatula, and they are now carting what's left of him. I don't know where. They're heading back toward Nevada or toward California. I thought they would have med flighted him to Vegas, but anyway. But that's where they're heading, and I think maybe the SmackDown afterwards, you get ladies and gentlemen, and the wise man returns, and the bloodline is reunited again. The Avengers, the Dark Avengers, are back in the saddle, and I don't know where we go from with Roman as far as next year's WrestleMania. People are saying Roman versus Solo at next year's WrestleMania, but to me, if you fight them in War Games, that's the end all be all. So who knows? But let me know what you think in the comments below. Are we heading towards Samoan Civil War Games? Should you be getting out of your car when there's a traffic jam? I feel like I've commented more on this accident than I have wrestling, but let me know what you think in the comments below about the Samoan Civil War that is brewing. I think it's being done very, very brilliantly. Rumor is that Roman is directly involved in this, obviously. You know, Roman pretty much has his creative control card here. If Sami Zayn gets involved, does he have to lose the Intercontinental title? If so, who does he lose it to? It's not going to be Chad Gable. I don't know who he does it. We got another SmackDown without AJ Styles last night. So maybe AJ Styles shows up on Raw and he's the one to take the title off Sami Zayn. Don't know. Anyway, folks, remember, if you see a big rig on the road, give us lots of room. If we signal that we have to get over, slow down and let us over. Do not tailgate us. If you can't see our meal, we'll see you down the road.